All right, guys, you know what? I'm trying to smile through this, but it's been a crazy week. Kitty Gaines left me. She said all I care about is protein and gains, and I was just so depressed. So what I had to do is I got myself 2 Bengal kittens here. So this is Steph Purry, and we're still trying to name this one. So if you guys can think of a cool name for Steph Purry and his friend. So you know what? I was like, I'm gonna be positive. It's been self-improvement day. I was on the computer. I was just Googling away and like, I want to get a fucking sick chest. I'm gonna be back on the market. I just fired up the Tinder app actually not too long ago, and I'm actually dressed up. I got a Tinder date in about an hour and a half with Susan. So Susan's coming by in an hour and a half, so I'm just kind of chilling with the kittens. But I was thinking, I want to just have a crazy aesthetic chest. I want to be able to just take my shirt off on Bumble and Tinder, completely dominate the scene. So
you ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.
Ow! Alright guys, we're back in action. Just kidding, we never broke up. But let's get right into these chest gains because this is a very serious video. I'm going to show you guys some epic ways to get a bigger, more aesthetic chest. Number 1 is something called jet reps. Now jet reps sounds like a really cool name, and it is because it's a way to really engorge the muscle with blood, keep it under tension for the entire duration of every single rep. So I know I showed this on my Instagram doing the dumbbell shoulder press. So essentially think of like every exercise. So say with the shoulder press, you're doing these like little half reps, keeping the muscle engorged with blood under tension the whole time. So the way to get the most out of jet reps is to go heavy, to go, hey, get down boy. So you wanna go heavy in the 8 to 10 rep range. And the exercises that I think work the best with jet reps is the dumbbell bench press or the flat bench press, or the incline or flat dumbbell and barbell press. So you want to do a compound movement with this and focus on keeping that muscle under tension. And the second advanced training technique is slow motion training. Now, to get the most hypertrophy of the chest, because keep in mind the chest is predominantly a type 2 fast twitch muscle. So what I mean by that is there's more fast twitch muscle fibers than slow twitch muscle fibers in the chest. We want to train it heavy and intense. So I want you guys to only do 3 to 5 total reps of this, but I want you to go very slow. So you should be able to count 3 seconds on the eccentric part and 3 seconds on the concentric part. So that means 6 total seconds, 100% under tension for every single 1 rep. Now, the one that I really like doing it on is the dumbbell pullover. So the dumbbell pullover, you just get this crazy upper chest pump when you go slow motion on the dumbbell pullover. In fact, I've never felt that big of a contraction directly in my upper chest other than the time earlier today when I did this for the first time. So I've always been a big fan of slow motion training for the arms, like the biceps, even pull training, things like that. But doing it on the chest with the dumbbell pullover was epic. It's a lot harder to do on, say, like the cable exercises. You could do it on the bench press, but doing it on the dumbbell pullover is an amazing way to work that upper chest. So the next training technique is something called FST7 training, which means fascial stretch training. Now, I'll get into the science of this in another video coming on the channel really soon, but what this essentially means, it's a type of training that's gonna stretch the fascial tissue on top of the muscle. And the more, I guess, stretchy the fascial tissue gets on top of a muscle, the more potential for growth. So if, say, your upper chest is really weak, you want to end your workout doing the Wolverine cable fly or any type of cable fly where your hands are coming up. If your lower chest is weak, you want to do the high to low cable fly. If you're trying to work that mid chest, just get it bigger through the middle section, you want to do the mid cable fly. So also, if you guys are trying to get like more of that inner chest line, if you've seen my inner chest line video, doing the cable where you stretch all the way across, gonna activate those fibers, do it on that. So whatever part of your chest you're weak on, I recommend doing FST7 style training. So what you're gonna do with this is 7 total sets, every single set in the 8 to 12 rep range until failure. And then I only want you guys to rest between 30 and 45 seconds between sets. And now, this is important. What you do between the sets is the same motion, but like an isometric or like no weight hold. So for instance, if you're trying to do the upper chest cable fly. Between sets, just kind of like squeeze and keep blood in that muscle. So keep that muscle under tension with isometric holding, squeeze. Make sure blood does not leave that upper chest area. Get a nice pump and then go back right into set number 2. So you might have to drop the weight a tiny bit as you progress with this, but 7 total sets, very short rest time. Focus on squeezing and tensing the chest all the way through. And let's get into the next training technique. So with that being said, force negatives are an incredible way to build a more powerful chest, a more aesthetic chest. Any portion of your chest that you're trying to develop really fast, definitely get into some force negatives. It does require you to have a lifting partner, so make a friend if you don't have one already. Now, what you're gonna do on this is, I really like doing this exercise on the incline bench press, the flat bench press, or the pec fly machine. So I chose to show you guys the pec fly machine. So essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna squeeze in on the concentric portion of the repetition, just like normal. And what your partner is gonna do is, your partner is gonna push the weight back this way, if say you're on the pec fly, and you're gonna try to resist that push. So as you're stretching the pec right here, you're stretching, you're trying to resist your partner from basically pushing the weight back on the rack. And you guys are gonna create so many healthy micro tears on the chest. I like going heavy in the 8 to 10 rep range on this, because on the eccentric portion of the rep, it should take about 3 to 5 seconds to go down. So your time under tension on this is actually really good, as well as causing more eccentric overload on the muscle, which is gonna help you guys with your chest gain. So if your upper chest is weak, definitely try this on the like the barbell incline. A little bit hard to do with dumbbells, so I would stick with the barbell incline. Or if you just wanna build a bigger, more massive chest, definitely try it on the pec fly machine. In college, I was training my chest twice per week, and at the start of every single one of my workouts, it would end up being this giant competition of how much my friend and I could both bench press. Now, of course, there's nothing inherently wrong with trying to get stronger on the bench press, trying to get stronger on any compound movement. But the reason that I say don't start off every single one of your chest workouts trying to bench press as much weight as possible is because, remember the point of this video, we're trying to build the chest muscle as fast as possible with advanced training techniques. Now, I believe pre-fatigue overload is the single most overlooked training concept that nobody talks about. So what I mean by this is, you have your main compound list for the chest. So you have the barbell incline, the flat bench press with the barbell, and then you have your dumbbell incline and your dumbbell flat, right? So instead of starting every single chest workout, like I know 99.9% of you guys are doing, why don't you end your chest workout with your heaviest, most intense compound lift? So if you're always bench pressing at the start, do a bunch of cable flies, do the pec fly, do some dumbbell pullover, do 100 push-ups until failure, and then I want you to try to bench press some heavy weight. And then I want you to try to dumbbell incline some heavy weight. You're obviously gonna be much weaker on this exercise, and it's giving your body a completely different look than anything it's ever seen before. And call it bro science, or maybe you're a big fan of it, but I guarantee you, any muscle group that I've ever built fast in my life, pretty much any bodybuilding time where I've had success, it's when I was changing up my routine and I wasn't doing the same thing over and over and over again. Because think about it, your body is an adaptation machine. If you do the same thing, even if it's 2.5 or 5 more pounds every single week, there's limits on that. So I guarantee you, just doing the pre-fatigue overload is gonna help shock your chest into growth, and you're also gonna get stronger on whatever exercise you're trying to do by not starting your workout with it every time.
If you ain't heard about gains, you don't know about
Superhuman TV.
Troy.
You ain't got no gains. You ain't lift no weights.